Happy Monday! Happy Monday! Alright, so last week we talked about figuring out who are those 150 friends in your life, right? If you haven't seen that one, you can go back and the video is right there on the feed. If you're on YouTube, it's on the list. So what I suggested last week was, hey, how about if you have time, if you feel inspired, make a list of 150 people that you know and you wouldn't be embarrassed to be seen in public, right? So I did it. I was like, well, I suggested it. I do what I talk about, so I haven't done one in a while, so I'm just going to do it. And the good news is I didn't reach 150 because I lost a lot of friends this year, which is great. Because when you stand up for your values, you piss people off, which I did. So I have space, I have room for more people. So I went to an event yesterday that a friend invited me to a while back, and I was like, yeah, you know, maybe later. And then this weekend I figured out, hey, I've got space, so I might as well just go and meet new people, which I did, so it was great. The thing with those 150 is that sometimes I had to pause and reflect on, okay, I know that person, but you know, do I want to reach out and ask them how they're doing? And if they were to tell me, would I care? And when I say would I care, it's like, it's okay not to care about 100% of the population. We want to love them, we want to honor them in their humanity. However, we don't have the capacity to care for every single person in the world. It's just not possible. So it was very interesting going through that list to figure out what my degree of involvement was with each and every single person. And then I reflected, oh wow, I haven't seen so-and-so in a while. Let's, you know, pick up the phone and see how they're doing. Some people we are going to see often, others we will not. And when we talk about the complexity of a social system, it's not because it's complicated. It has nothing to do with complications. Actually, if it's complicated, just get out of a relationship. But the complexity is that you have a lot of moving parts. And I was really excited. I saw a video with Jay Shetty, which is one of my favorite inspirational speakers and coaches. And he went through what I went through, which was before, when I was much younger, I had two types of friends. I had the very close ones and I had the no friends. It's like, unless you were very close with me, I just didn't like you. I liked you very much or I didn't like you at all. And yes, the point was that I had two friends and that was it. And one of them I was married to. So that was very limited. We have the opportunity to gauge the different levels of involvement that we want to have with everybody. And as Jay mentioned, and something that I spent years and I'm still tweaking on a regular basis is which degree of involvement you want to have with the people in your life. And the fact of the matter is, it's okay to have different degrees. You want to have different degrees. You cannot have 150 close friends. It's just not going to work. We don't have a capacity, we don't have the time, period. But you can have, you know, one or two really close friends, and then 10 or 20 that you see on a weekly basis, bi-weekly. You can have 50 that you see once a month, and then you can have the rest that you see maybe once a year, once every 6 months. And when you see them, you're still happy to see them. You just have different degrees of involvement with them. I have a cousin in France that I see once every 3 years. I think we call each other twice in between visits, but every time we see each other, we're so excited, we're so happy, and we pick up right where we left off. And he's my blood. But that's the level of involvement that we are comfortable with. It works for us, that's what we do it, and we love each other, and it works. Where it doesn't work is if you have somebody who wants to see you every week and you don't feel like it. It's a relationship you'd be comfortable, you know, with once a month. Just because of what it is. You don't have to want the same thing that people want when it comes to the degree of relationship that you want to establish with that person. So if the relationship is not balanced in desires or needs, and that includes how often they want to see you or the type of activity that they want to have with you, it may not work. Maybe you can tweak, or maybe it's just not going to work. People's feelings get hurt and then that's that. There is nothing we can do about it. I learned to love people and let them go. That was one of the hardest things I had to learn in the past year. It's very productive, it honors who they are, it honors what I am, and everybody's happier even if we don't have that seductive justification of spending time. Because that's only one love language, get 4 more, okay? All right, so I encourage you, if you haven't done it yet, I really encourage you to do it. Do that 150 friends max. If you have only 10, that's great. That's 10 people. Some people don't have one. So regardless of the number, we max it out at 150. If you go over 150, see who in the list can be removed, because obviously you're not spending time with them. Facebook doesn't count. You have to actually have a connection with those people in the real world, okay? So if you go over 150, scale back. If you're not at 150 yet, that's great. And whomever is on the list, see if it's somebody that you need to reach out to, you haven't reached out to in a while, and see how they're doing. And if you need to rearrange things, that's great. And keep that list alive. Add and take back as you go. And you can have an extremely satisfying and rewarding and fulfilling complex social system. And there you go. Yes, it sounds easy. No, it's not. It takes a lot of work, but it's so rewarding and it's so worth it. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback, please comment below. You can find the video on YouTube in a few days. And until next week, reach for the greatest version of yourself. You can do it.